moon, get your ticket now. Everybody line up, get your tickets, we're going to. Did you buy the dip? Yeah. Do you like rocket ships? Oh, what a human. You wanna try this shit? Yeah. We got everything you need, you better buy some bitty now. Everybody, long the Ponzi. Everybody, long the Ponzi. Everybody, love the Ponzi ride. Never short it. Bitcoin's back, alright.
Alrighty people, welcome to SirToshi's Bitcoin chart show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. Today's date is Friday, the 2nd of July 2021. Let's big on. Here we go. Let's go on with these figures. There we are, looking good. So moving from left to right, we've got Coin, Bcrash, Bitcoin, which is Bitcoin SV, which is the original protocol, which makes it the true Bitcoin, the real Bitcoin, the genuine Bitcoin. And then we've got Amory's elementary cash on the end there, like Fisher Price money. What a joke. So first of all, we'll start off with Coin BTC, bring up this lovely image here, and we'll let Peter McCormack explain it in his own words. Take the floor, Peter McCormack.
Bitcoin is so different now from when Satoshi was here.
Exactly. That's why we don't call it Bitcoin. That's why it's Coin.
It's a completely different project.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It's centralized. They brought in replaced by fee. Child pays for parent. Instead of developing the first layer, they went on a second layer solution, which is effectively going to starve the miners, which basically means it's a completely worthless project because it's a dead end and they've centralized it, which means it's going to go in the direction they want it to, which is to a brick wall. Oh dear.
It doesn't matter who Satoshi is anymore.
Yeah, not to you it doesn't, because Coin is nothing like Bitcoin.
Even if Satoshi came back, I don't think he would just be immediately welcomed as having this God-given right to decide what happens with Bitcoin. I think he would have to earn his right back into the project.
Which is what he would never do, because he would just simply be driven out with pitchforks, just like Gavin Andresen was, and they don't want Bitcoin to succeed. That's why they've changed it. That's why they've centralized it and brought it under their control and told everybody that they're not meant to use it anyway, even though when they try to, they can't. It's a joke.
Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
What, like it wasn't before? Did you even read the white paper? Let's have that one more time, Pete.
Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
Are you sure about that, Pete? Because it didn't sound like it to me. So let's move on to Bcrash. Roger, tell us about your project.
And we're going to really spread Bitcoin Crash across the entire country here in Antigua.
Yeah, good luck with that, Roger, you absolute buffoon. And what do you say to all these multinational companies who say they need a regulatory compliant monetary system in order to conduct billions, if not trillions of dollars of international trade and global commerce?
The ones that say that the blockchains all need to be legally compliant about everything all the time, just go use your Visa card.
Yeah, well, that's going to work. And let's move on to Bitcoin here. So let's just have a quick word with Craig. So Craig, can you quickly tell us what your expectations are of Bitcoin? So in terms of its price expectation, which is going to be a representation of its value, which is a representation of its utility, what is it you want?
I want Bitcoin not to go up to 10,000 or 100,000. I want it to be worth millions per Bitcoin.
Well, I mean, certainly something to aim at. I'm willing to help that along with everything I can. I mean, is that why you're putting all this investment in to increase the transaction, increase the block size, increase the data volume, just so that everyone can use it? I mean, is the price rise at the end of the day? Is that what it comes down to? Is that it?
That's it, and that's what we spend money for. Very simple. All
right, mate. Sign me up. I'm down for that. So we've got hash rate on Bitcoin 0.5%, network nodes 1.6, transactions 54.6. Loving that. Look at that. 54.6 of the entire Bitcoin network on Bitcoin. Love it. And a block size 78.1. Beautiful, beautiful. So let's have a quick chat with Michael Saylor, because I always love having my chats with him in the morning. He always picks me up with his enthusiasm. So Michael, tell us what are your thoughts on all these people who think that Bitcoin should be changed from its original protocol.
I like Bitcoin the way it is.
Well, yeah, you know, you can't leave it there, Michael. We really like Bitcoin too, but how do you compete with that?
In fact, I love Bitcoin the way it is.
All right, mate, calm down, calm down. You can't just leave it there. You're going to have to explain yourself. What is it about Bitcoin that you love?
The way it's currently constructed, it is possible to put all $250 trillion of monetary energy.
Whoa, $250 trillion of monetary energy. Where's that going to go?
In big blocks of encrypted energy on the blockchain.
Whoa, big blocks of encrypted energy on the blockchain. What sort of sizes are we talking about? What are the numbers?
Maybe the Bitcoin will be a million. You can probably calculate $10 million of Bitcoin or something.
Whoa, $10 million of Bitcoin or something. You know, how's that going to fit and where's it going to go?
Big blocks, $100 million chunks on the blockchain.
I thought so. Shout out to Diddy Weldon joining me in the chat box this morning. Thank you very much. Let's have a quick look at these blocks coming in. Look at that. So calling out megabytes on Bitcoin. 14, 57, 7, 5, 8, 3, 6, 1, 4, 7, 1, 1, 1, 14, 49, 8, 6, 5, 3, 3, and 4. Loving that. And looking at Amory's Fisher Price Elementary Cache. Yep, still struggling to get all his blocks even over a kilobyte. And Roger Ver, B Crash, how many blocks do we actually have of over a megabyte? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll be lucky that's it. Oh dear, 5 blocks over a megabyte. And Cool Coin, do they have all those puny 1 megabyte blocks filled? Yes, they do today. Never mind. You know, good for them. Not really for anyone else though. Hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative, and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. When something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. Loving that. Proof of work by network, again, Coolcoin, Bcrash, Fisher Price Cash will just simply fall into their own footprint because they're Ponzi schemes, and that's what Ponzi schemes do, crash overnight. Bcrash Bitcoin hash rate, who cares? Bcrash Bitcoin proof of work, who cares? Well, look at this. It is 47,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than any of these other shitcoins on the Bitcoin network. Amazing. And it's currently 6.6% more profitable to mine on Bitcoin. Shows you the, or on Coolcoin actually. Shows you the competition for Bitcoin. Yes, indeed, it does. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network. Let's have a look at this proportionally. There we go. Look at that. Bitcoin absolutely smashing it. Loving that. Let's have a look at daily Bitcoin transactions by network. Yeah, Bitcoin winning. Oh, look at that. Shooting up there. Transactions per block by network. Bitcoin winning. Loving that. Seriously, CoinDance, come on. Sort yourself out this morning. Daily average Bitcoin fees by network. So this is fees in the block, not transaction fees. So because Bcrash's transaction volume doesn't correlate with the spike in the price there, it means they've got a problem with fees, as in transaction fees. Fees SirToshi's, again, they've got the same problem. Yeah, block reward versus fees in the block. Again, Bcrash got a problem there. Oh dear, look at that. Wow, that's not good for them. And look at this daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. Let's have a look at this on the stats chart. Let's move this along a little bit. There we go. Look at that, Bitcoin going parabolic. So we've got 398 gigabytes core. Only 1.75 gigabytes away from 400 gigabytes of data on chain. Amazing. So Craig, we'll just have a quick chat with you. What can you just briefly can you tell us about what we can expect from Bitcoin?
We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks.
That's the entire chain in one block. Amazing.
We've tested 1 million transactions a second.
Love it.
And transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes.
Beautiful. Basically ones that can run operating systems. Let's have the rest of it.
There's transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades, That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Absolutely amazing. Good grief. High frequency trading, complex trades, all derivatives, everything that happens globally. This is what we can expect. Absolutely amazing. Let's have a look at the hash rate here. Oh, before we do that, we'll just have a look at the actual, we are now 42.59 gigabytes in front. Look at that. That figure's changing on a daily basis, like almost going up by like a gigabyte a day. That's massive. Or increasing by a gigabyte a day. That's absolutely amazing. Love that. Love that. So global hash rate 7 days. Yeah. Sorry, global hash rate 24 hours. All right. That looks similar to Coolcoin because there's like 96% of the hash rate is on there because they got the price that can economically sustain the mining operations. Even those, I mean, they're a lot of these are nefarious mining entities. They'll find themselves going bust pretty soon if they don't move first. Dear oh dear. B crash again. This is a complete and utter waste of time because this protocol has no value whatsoever, no fundamental value. Same with Coolcoin. This protocol here that they're mining has no economic fundamental value. It's utterly worthless. Utterly worthless. Bitcoin, on the other hand, this is the most valuable protocol and commodity on Earth. On Earth. Which blows my mind every time I think about it. So Hathor macking this hard with effectively 60%. Via BTC still wanting some. Good to see Binance have been squeezed off the chain. I mean, Via BTC are a huge miner. I mean, look. We've got 15% of the hash rate on Coolcoin. And 15% overall. I mean, jeepers, they are huge. They are massive. And this is Amory's coin. Yeah, that's not looking good for him, mate. Utterly worthless as well. And so the reason we're squeezing these shitcoin enterprises off the chain is because the only thing they know is price manipulation, and they're purposely trying to suppress the price of Bitcoin, which we will look at now. Let's have a look at this. Hey, here we go. Check it out. So shorts started off at 89%, and we are now, where are we now? 91. Shit, dirty traders. Absolutely no clue. No clue whatsoever. And let's have a look at Coolcoin. There we go. So where are we starting off at? Short ratio. So we started off at the beginning of the month on 2.2%. And we're now at 5.1. That's more than doubled. More than doubled in a month. Cracks are starting to appear, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we're looking for. Yes, indeed. Ooh, there may be trouble ahead. Well, we know it's coming anyway. Let's have a look at Bitcoin blocks live. Here we go. So for any newbies watching the show for the first time, what's this? 100? Oh yeah, 25 transactions per second. The vertical rectangular blocks at the top that we're looking at are the transactions being recognized by the nodes on the network. Now, once they're recognized by more than 50% of the nodes on the network, the transaction is effectively confirmed and then thrown into the memory pool because it cannot be cracked, hacked, altered, changed, or deleted. And the reason it's recognized instantly is because the Bitcoin network is an ultra small world mandala network set up like this, where it basically means that the size of the network increases and the density of the links goes to 0. Or as the size of the network increases, the density of the links goes to 0, making it ultra small world and highly sparse respectively. It means the formulation can lead to an improved topology against malicious attacks, where one node just simply picks up where another one left off. Yes, indeed, amazing. So once the transactions are in the memory pool, they are then competed for by the miners and payment processors in order to create a block, put the transaction within a block, and then place the block on the blockchain, which is when they're rewarded with the Coinbase data, otherwise known as the block reward, otherwise known as freshly minted Bitcoin. So in this 130 megabyte block here, you can see in the highlighted rectangular blocks below that, we've got the hash of the block height, who it was mined by, size, the time, the date, the transaction count, and the total fees in that block are $112. And let's just check charts quickly, see if there's any movers and shakers. Doubt there will be, but always worth checking. Yeah, all right. So we'll just let Laura Shin explain the significance of this, of the fees in the block right now. Take the floor, Laura Shin.
So, as you mentioned, at a certain point when the block reward stops, there will be a transition where miners will be compensated in transaction fees, not in the block reward. And the current amount that they earn is from fees is about 9% of the block reward. And so we'd have to see transaction fees 11x by roughly 2140, which is when the new Bitcoins will stop being minted. But I just wondered, if we don't see an increase in the amount of transactions that can happen at layer one, because the number of layer one transactions is limited. And right now, I feel like a lot of the scaling is focusing on layer two. Can transaction fees 11x in that time, or will that require people to pay a lot more per transaction?
Over the next couple halving cycles, we should see it start to predominantly be the value that is compensated to the miners in the block reward. If Bitcoin is the world reserve currency that doesn't have a strong security model, like there's not a lot of monetary compensation in the block reward due to transaction fees, well, then its long-term security will be weak. If it is the world reserve currency, there will be very, very many layer one transaction fees.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you think it is possible that the amount in transaction fees will maybe not be enough on layer one to replace the block reward when the time comes.
Absolutely, there won't be enough to replace the block reward when the time comes, because it's been purposely restricted to 7 transactions a second if all the stars align. Do you honestly think that 7 transactions a second is going to service and economically sustain all of this lot? What a joke. I don't think so. Let's have a look at BitInfo charts. Where are we now? 13.2%, consistently getting up in the transaction zone there. So that's really, I mean, again, all these figures heading in the right direction. I mean, it's amazing to look at. I love this. So you can see we've got 13.2% of the overall transactions on the entire network. Well, as in like the entire market. Actually, this is the entire market. We've only got XRP and Ethereum in front of us, and we're just about to hear that they're an absolute load of crap. So take the floor, David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, telling us that XRP is absolutely worthless.
The XRP is a digital asset. It's censorship resistant. It's publicly traded. It trades on the XRP ledger. Ripple does not own or control the XRP ledger in any way.
Bullshit.
So how did Ripple then get all the XRP that it has? It has about half the supply. So just how did that particular transaction happen?
Good question. How did Ripple end up with half the supply? Because that doesn't really sound fair to me.
So the way its design works is when the ledger first began operation, the 100 billion XRP, all that will ever exist, were sort of up for grabs.
And remind me to look up the economic theory of sort of up for grabs. How does that work?
And lots of people grabbed XRP out of that system, but it just so happens that obviously, just like early miners mined, huge amounts of Bitcoin before the public knew about it or was using it, early XRP users grabbed large amounts of that pool of XRP. And so the people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
Great. One more time, David. I just love that.
The people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
Oh dear. And Ethereum, knowing that they couldn't scale.
It scales somewhat.
It hardly scales at all.
Plans or initial thinking. We knew it wasn't going to be scalable for sure.
Want to run that by me again? Oh dear. And transactions, 24 hours, 3 years on a log curve. Look at this. Beautiful. Yes, that is Bitcoin. Yep, transactions going up. Loving that. Scaling test network, just checking the figures. Yeah, alright, still remaining the same. That's alright. And we'll just have Shadows here explaining Terranode.
We have run this across all 10 nodes, and I have actually seen volumes in excess of 100,000 per second. I wasn't quite brave enough to try that one today, live on stage. But there we have a real-life example of a Terranode that is able to scale. If I had more time, I would show you one that's actually running at a steady-state capacity and show that it actually can continue for a long period of time without any problems.
Amazing.
For reference, we don't think that the Bitcoin SV software would be able to handle a validation rate like that at this point in time.
And the time frame?
By the end of this month, we're hoping to actually have alpha versions of Terranode listening on the mainnet. They won't be trying to produce blocks. They'll just be listening and processing peer-to-peer messages. We'll also build, we have built scale testnets, global scale testnets for the Terranode specifically. We can't do this on the scaling testnet because we'll crush it.
So they actually should be listening on the network now, which is exciting. I mean, I just hope they're able to push out, you know, a Terranode scaling test network that we can monitor and see. You know, very much looking forward to that.
Because we have proven that Terranode can scale, we've proven what Satoshi always said about Bitcoin. Bitcoin can and does scale. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you, Steve Morlike. Beautiful. Trends.cash, let's see who's doing what. TDXP absolutely rinsing it. 86% of apps ranking by money spent. The amount of money on there must be absolutely staggering. Staggering. No wonder Gravity want in on that shit show. You know, money to be made. My goodness me. But yeah, with TDXP app, you're not devaluing the asset because you're using BSV as the base. So as I said, you know, dirty traders can be unsullied on TDXP app. RelayX in second place again. I say this every show. I'm gonna have to find out what's going on there. Abs ranking by performed action. Run SV still in top spot, followed by Crypto Fight to 28%. Very good. Router SV 11.4. They're testing something. B Drive again. They're also testing something. And as we know, about 94% of transactions on chain at the moment are unrecognized. So they're unrecognized for a reason, because they're probably being tested by something or someone who doesn't want to be revealed just yet. Exciting start, exciting times. Stay tuned. Crypto Quant, yeah, all exchanges reserves, they have been cashing out, which has caused a liquidity squeeze, and all the tether printing that has counteracted the liquidity squeeze has caused a massive spike in the price, and we're looking at a huge bubble here that's ready to pop. Not looking good, is it? What's on chain? Good question. What is on chain? Estimated next block size 11.52. Memory pool usage 17 megabytes. Current circulating supply of Bitcoin 18,775,993. So you can basically work out how wealthy you're going to be into comparison to your the amount of Bitcoin you're holding to the circulating supply. If you imagine the entire world using Bitcoin, like, scary, but you know that's what's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, I was watching a documentary on China earlier this morning, and it's just like, it's just such a huge economy. You know, I was just like, oh, I can't believe it. Everyone there using Bitcoin. Have you got any idea how valuable this thing is going to be? Just unbelievable. You know, so, you know, good times to look forward to, but remember, you know, positive cortisol can flood the brain and turn you into a selfish, inconsiderate douchebag. Just make sure you don't let that happen. Stay grounded, stay normal, stay grateful. That's all I can say to that one. Memory pool. This is what a memory pool is meant to look like. Whoa, large amounts of data coming in there. This is what it's meant to look like. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. What it's not meant to look like is a swimming pool, which is what BTC probably looks like. There we go. What a joke that is, because they purposely restricted the block size. Oh dear. We can actually see the effect that it's happening on the network in TX Street Live. So while we're here, we just have a word with Adam Back, the CEO of Blockstream, and his expectations of a payment network.
You know, fee estimation in some cases is quite bad. You know, if you're paying a friend, you can probably afford to wait 4 hours and not pay a priority fee.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. Good grief. So we got a median fee of $4.75 on CoreCoin. What a joke that is. And let's have a look at Ethereum. Transfer fee of 55 cents. What do you have to say about that, Vitalik?
The internet of money should not cost 5 cents a transaction. It's kind of absurd.
Really? So what do you call 55 cents a transaction? Care to explain yourself? What a joke. And let's have a look at our own issue that we're dealing with here. This is really not looking good. What do we know about excessive money printing?
Statistical analysis has found that every time an empire begins to near its own demise, you'll find that its currency will be debased.
Oh dear, and that's exactly what we're looking at here. Things are not looking good. Knowing that Bitcoin is the only thing that can save us, how are we feeling about it, CoinGecko? 68%. Oh, that's all right. You know, knocking on 70. That'll do. Price 140. All right. Let's have a look at BitPing. Here we go. So BitPing runs on the Bitcoin network, and the Bitcoin network is up 24/7, which is why it can monitor all these other networks when they go down. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing. Love it. Money flow per hour, 72 cents. Alrighty. Morning run, trade volume 2,206. Stay away from this, people. Move fast and break stuff does not mean breaking the law. I've seen loads of people saying, oh, let me send you some woofy coin. I mean, I don't want any of this crap. You know, they're illegal securities. You know, they need to be registered with the with the FCA, basically, in the UK, and the SEC in the United States if you want to release them, especially if you're selling them to people. Dear oh dear. Let's have a look at the depth chart. Yeah, $141. Loving that, moving in the right direction. 6.4 million asks versus 7.1 million bids. Ooh, you know, exciting. Yep, the price is kind of like moving sideways and up a little bit. Loving that. Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus USD. Bring it on, Bitfinex. Let's have it. There we go. Oh, look at this. Moving sideways, upsy downsies. 141 though. That's all right. That's all right. Can you imagine picking up Bitcoin for $141? How crazy is that? How crazy is that? Let's have a core coin versus the USD. Oh! 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 Look at that! I was not expecting to see that this morning. Ooh! Cracks appearing. Let's have a look at core coin versus Bitcoin. Look at that. Bitcoin going up. Bitcoin going up. Loving that. Loving that. Brilliant. Brilliant. Let's have a look at the percentages on CoinCrap. So, yeah, core coin down 1%. Let's have a look at Bitcoin, see where we are. Bitcoin up 2%. Oh, look at that. In a sea of red. So, we've just got a Dow coin and whatever, VeChain, jeepers. You know, Uniswap, Binance USD, stable. The stable coins in the green. Wow, sea of red this morning. Bitcoin bucking the trend. Loving that, loving that. YouTube, so 581 followers, 35 in the last 28 days. That's all right. Let's have a look at Streamanity. Oh, excellent. Made over $1 with my interview with Patrick Thompson yesterday. Split the revenue with him 50-50. So please, you know, I mean, great chat with him, actually. Really enjoyed that. So, yeah, hopefully we'll have some more going on in the future. And then made 80 cents from the Lebanon video. I mean, it's really quite shocking what's going on over there. Well worth a watch if you haven't seen it yet. Or you can opt to wait 7 days and watch it on YouTube. And Twitch, look at that. So made $102. Try making that on Twitter. Yeah, not quite. And let's have a look at Twitch new users. Acorn Stack, that's what we want. Here we go. 33, that's alright. Better than a poke in the eye with a shitty stick, as they say. Followers 244 for me. And let's have a look at Ruthie's just quickly. 964, liking that. 965. Let's check out our man SirToshi. See how he's doing. Is he on 80,000 followers yet? 97,500. Come on, let's do it. Bring it on, bring it on. And a stablecoin printer. You know, let's check out all this USD. Oh, Binance USD, more Binance USD. True USD, more Binance USD. And it's all USDC from there on. Wow, no tether printing still. Amazing. Right then, 30 minutes. It's been a good show. Shout out to Diddy Weldon, Arcade Rod, and Keith Fellows in the house. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the show. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.sirtoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSirToshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.